So here we are. We're ready to put some paper mache just to glue this down over here. And we're gonna put paper mache over here to glue it down. And I just want to show you something. Somebody gave me some of this plaster and I tested it to do some 3D artwork, and it was great. It's similar to paper mache. Paper mache puts it together, but this gives us volume, the mass definition that we're gonna do, that we're gonna need to do this. All right, this is plaster. It's like gesso in a way. It's just like when you put water in it, it's like a paste. So we're gonna use some of this, but this is gonna be the first part before we do the definition, the 3D definition, like the person holding the world. Actually, it's two persons holding the world. So, but this is gonna be the first part that you're gonna see today, and we're gonna do it real quick so you could get a good idea. See, we already have all these parts that we cut, right? Remember? But they are loose. They loose. We're gonna glue it together with paper mache, and that's exactly what we're gonna do real quick. We pour a little bit of paper mache over here. I just did this. It's a little warm, so right. And real quick, we're gonna separate them so we could just glue it. Paper mache in this case is like a glue. It's gonna work as a glue because it's very stable. Paper mache is excellent to glue things together. See, I label everything, just a line over here so you could have consistency. So let's get started. Basically, in between, gonna put paper mache. Don't worry to get messy. This is just flour with water and salt. Very stable, right? Now this part is critical that we put a lot of paper mache over here. Look, because we're gonna insert it here. Look, it feels like a little bit messy, but it's normal. You wash your hands and in less than a minute, you're back to normal. I'm gonna put enough over here because I want this to really stay together. Glue together for a long time. Press it down, straight, keep it straight. Add a volume and definition. The last part, I'm gonna reveal that to you in the next section. But look, this is what I'm doing. I'm mixing the plaster with gesso over here. I'm gonna put sufficient because I need like a paste. This is gonna save me a lot of paper mache. You know, I usually put aluminum foil to bring that mass definition, but this is good enough for this project. And you can see I'm mixing it together, right? I feel like I could put a little bit of too much water, per se. I should add less water. For that matter, I'm gonna add more of the plaster. And you could mix it with your hands. I don't think it's bad. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It dries fast. You have to do it as soon as, probably 20, half an hour, start getting dry. You see, look at the thickness of this. This just to create volume definition. Take a look. Look what I'm doing. See right here? Once this is dry, it will keep everything together. That with a paper mache is an excellent thing to create this type of project. You could finish all this just with paper mache. I just found it useful to add this plaster. It saves me a lot of time. And I don't have to add extra thickness over here, so that will simplify everything. All right, we're gonna leave it here, as you can see. It's looking really good. We're gonna let it dry, and it's gonna get really, really hard. Right? Take a look over here. This is the first part of the World Cup creation that we are trying to get. So just, you could add your own strategy. You could add more paper mache, less paper mache, but it's definitely something that you need to look into, how much you want to add depending on the thickness. If it gets complicated, then you don't have to use plaster, because sometimes it gets in the way, the thickness of it. But take a look at that. So in the next session, we're gonna use another medium with paper mache as well. All right? All right, we waited a few hours so this part could get dry. After we apply the plaster of the gesso over here, it's a little dry. It's pretty dry, and it's getting a little bit heavy, which is really what I want. Now, let me just show you this. We're gonna outline the world map, over here. I just did it. This is, this is the African continent, United States, Central America, South America, obviously next to United States, Mexico. So you outline it the best you can. You could use a marker, you could use a pencil. After that, we're gonna apply some clay around the globe to make it smooth as possible. And for that matter, we're gonna add a little bit of paper mache. I just poured some of the paper mache over here. Just not much, because you don't want that to be too soft. This is clay, and clay by nature is wet. So at the end, we're gonna add a little bit of this, all right? So let's get started. We outline the world map over here, as I told you just now. And this is what we're gonna do. Don't get much, this much. So you're gonna smooth it out as much as possible, see? Just a little bit, right? Try to follow the contour of the world map, the outline. And this is gonna take a little while, but just be patient, keep it level, right? On top of that, we're probably gonna add just regular standard paper mache on top of this, but we're gonna get the elevated part for the terrain, for the soil, for the mountain in the world map, right? Your best tool for now, your best tool is are your fingers right now. And we're gonna shape it accordingly. As you can see over here, I got myself some tools that I could use. You could even use a butter knife if you have to, even a pen, any tools that you could get to go to those small parts right here. We're gonna shape it around, all right? Just want you to see that. And remember, clay gets dry pretty fast, so you gotta move along. One time you do this together, you don't, try not to stop and come back, because then it's not gonna be the same. The consistency is gonna be different. You can see over here, point over here, this part, it's already taking shape. And it's not gonna be 100% the regular world map, because this is to illustrate the different countries. In this case, I think are 48 nations that are competing in the World Cup. Right? I want to give you a good idea how I believe this World Cup was created. Turn it around, making sure you get all those little parts. And after you apply this with a little bit of clay, at the end you're gonna put more paper mache to smooth things out. So you can see I'm pressing my finger. I'm pressing it in a way that is consistent. And we're gonna shape it accordingly. A little bit right here. Okay. And I'm gonna grab one of my tube so you can see how you can use it effectively. I'm probably gonna grab this one for now. And this is what I do. I'm gonna cut it around. See? Gonna clean it around. Right? Grab some paper. Right? The good thing we have this on the table, so any leftover will end up on the table. And look, right? It's pretty good. It's very effective. You could look for any other tool, like this is a little bit bigger. I mean, different shape for different purpose, right? Look, you can see right here what I'm doing. This part represents the water right here. The elevated part are the different country, the different continent. Because I mean, everybody is paying attention to this World Cup, which is a great thing. It unites the whole world. Now, as you can see, I mixed a little bit of parts, so I'm gonna add more clay over here. Shape it. That's why it's important to understand a little bit of the human anatomy, because when you do this kind of work, it makes it easier for you. However, if you don't have that understanding, just practice. Practice, and as you do it, you get better. Right now, I'm adding this part. This is gonna be the arm, right? And then just, adding that. I'm gonna do that for the whole body. The other part, the other piece of clay will create what we know as the hand over here, right about here, because it's around the same height as the other person. I hope you're able to see the detail. You could remove some of that. That's why you have to have a surface ready to do this kind of work. I decided to do it outside because it gets a little messy. So look, see, I started using the tool. You don't have to use the tool right now because it takes a lot of time. I recommend to add all the clay, get the shape of the body. Now we're gonna do the second arm right here. I'm gonna move a little bit to the right so you can see what I'm doing. And maybe my assistant could position herself on the right to get, to get as much as possible so you can see. Just a little bit, Don't put too much because it's gonna crack, it's gonna break apart. And you don't want that right now. I mean, it happens when it dries. When you put a lot of water or paper mache right now, it tends to break. We're gonna add that later on when we add paper mache to keep it together. All right? See right here? Yeah, it's better, if you can, try to keep your clay closed. All right? Okay. The other hand, something to simulate the finger over here. Right? You see I'm using my hand, my fingers as a tool to shape it as much as possible. you can see, right? It's taking the shape of a person. This World Cup 2026 World Cup Trophy is truly a masterpiece. I'm excited that I'm able to emulate, copy, duplicate this. And this is just the first time we're doing it. Like I said earlier, every time you do one of these sculpture, it comes better. You know, you're able to make a better sculpture because it's practice. You know, you heard the saying, practice makes better. Probably doesn't make it perfect, but it makes better. So, and you have to have a lot of patience to do this because it's a quality that we need to have in order to do this, you know. And if you don't have it, just practice and try to be patient as much as possible and enjoy it because this is something that it makes me feel good, you know, and I'm sure it could make you feel good as well. And then you use this tool, cut it, remove it a little bit, and there you go, you have the hair, right? You use another tool. We have different tools. See, I'm gonna shape a little bit the head, make it look, you know, as a normal head. So it takes a lot of steps, but this is the part that I love the most. Shaping it and making it look like a person. So after this, you know, we're gonna be able to add painting, let it dry, probably add some paper mâché on top of this to keep it together, consistency. And I'm gonna go ahead and add the detail. So just look, for example, look at this. This is pretty good to do the part of the eye. Right over here, look. See? Just take your time. And I'm creating the nose right here. Start shaping it. Right? Look at me right here. See, that's the bottom part, the chin right here. The neck. There we go. Right? Somehow is becoming a little bit easier than the one I did before. Hi everyone. Right, as you can see, you know, we're getting to the end. It's already looking really nice, and we have the two-person. It's still a little bit wet, and this part that it looks like white, that's the paper mache that I've been adding. We still have to add more paper mache on top. Why are we adding paper mache on top of the clay? Because paper mache keeps it together. So when it dries, it's not gonna break apart, it's gonna be stable, and it's gonna be durable. And right now, because of the clay, it's a little bit heavy. So this part is to show you how to add the paper mache to this, all right? The 2026 World Cup Trophy is looking more realistic. Every time we add detail to it, it comes closer to the real deal. Now this is, as you already know, this is paper mache. We're just gonna add some more. I already have some paper because I've been adding the paper, but I wanted you to see how I'm adding the paper. Just, you know, a piece of sheet of paper, one layer. You could cut it smaller because we have a smaller part over here. And what I'm really doing is just wrapping the different part. In fact, even smaller. This is the leg right here. One of the leg, and you press it down with your finger. You don't need to use the tool right now. You know, press it down to smooth it. It's pretty wet. That's a good thing. On top of the clay, once everything is dried up, it's gonna stay together. It's gonna be, you know, and then on top of that, we're gonna paint it, and that might be one of the last steps we're gonna do, right? After this, I'm gonna add gesso, probably just to, so it could take the paint in a way that feel normal. And look, I'm wrapping and I'm adding small pieces of paper. That way I could go within the lip color. We want to make it look as real as possible. All right, and look, and it's getting heavy. All right. Hi everyone. As I promised you, this is it. We're about to do one of the last steps, right? This is what I did just to prevent this area to be painted, because this area is gonna be green, right? I left this part uncovered, right? We're gonna use, I got myself this. We're gonna use a spray, gold bright shiny finish. And you could have any color. We're just trying to make it as close as possible. Around 16 inches. All right, and there it is. This around 16 inches 2026 World Cup Trophy. We finished it. As you can see, we added the 2 green stripes over here to finalize everything, and it feels good. I think it has the right weight, and we got it. I mean, it took a little while, and I tell you this, now that I'm holding this World Cup, I hope this symbolizes unity around the world.